I love mending legacy code, probably even more than I love whiskey. I'm not sure, but I think it actually might be. And I want to bring that joy, that love to others, to everybody out there. So that legacy code isn't just easier to work with than new code, because it really can be. It's actually a lot more fun, too. You engage with a lot more of the knowledge of the past and the future. But to do that, you need a set of skills, right? And we created Deep Roots with the purpose of helping people gain all those skills. The key one, or one of the key ones there, is naming as a process. It's the ability to iteratively work with and discover new things in your code and name the code to incorporate all of that knowledge. Now, that's great. We've been talking about it in blogs. We've been talking about it all sorts of ways. But it's really hard for people to adopt and to learn how to really do it. So another step to help with that is we're now providing the teacher's notes. Right? So we have a download. Look down there. And you can see the teacher's notes, what you need in order to learn the process. It's a process for learning the process, one step at a time. And you can take this, learn it yourself, or take it back to your team and teach them. It's awesome designed for that. It's built around the program that we do. And so what we recommend is that you do one technique per week. Right? And for each technique, the key thing is practice, practice, practice. You learn all these in the fingers, and then the brain catches up later. So practice, practice, and then we'll review. You'll need a small little thing at the beginning that's a demo or a talking about what you're going to do, just so that everyone's aware of what they're going to practice. But the key is don't focus on that. Too many people focus on the lecture or teaching the information or so on. That's not where people actually gain the ability to do something. They get it from the practice. So we want to get as quickly as possible into the real world, into the practice, in your real code. Right? And so these notes really help you get there. They give you a focus on what to do in your real code. For each of the techniques, it tells you the problem that it solves, then the technique that you're going to do very specifically and concretely. When you see this, you're going to do that. Right? And then it has a practice challenge. Here's what you should do in your daily work while you're coding every single day this week as much as you can. Right? And a way that you track the data to see what you're doing and be able to reflect and see where you succeeded, where you failed, where the practice didn't work for you, and you want to explore alternatives, all those sorts of things. Right? And then the last is some reflection questions to guide that reflection at the end. Now, you can do this as an individual and just do all of those yourself and reflect to yourself and maybe even take some notes. Or you can do this with your team and do a retrospective on the week and what you've been learning and use those reflection questions to guide it. Either way, works great. There's just one problem. And the problem is that anything written necessarily has to be context-free. Right? I have to write this not knowing your specific context, your specific code, your specific team dynamics, your management structures, your everything else, all that stuff that really does matter in the real world. Right? Because I can't just write it specifically for each team. Right? So to solve that problem really requires coaching, because it really requires an expert who knows the thing to be able to take the written stuff that you've already got here and understand your context, and on the basis of that, modify what's going to be taught, right? Because you don't learn the same thing in different contexts. You need to do different behaviors. That means you need to practice different behaviors. You need to practice it slightly differently, right? That requires a coach, right? So Deep Roots offers that coaching. We've been offering that to teams in companies for quite some time now. But now we're offering a brand new option, which is a public class. And that public class where we are bringing together a number of individuals from different contexts and the coaching to provide that context-relevant experience for each individual. So the class sizes are kept intentionally pretty small, and we can do this because it's all remote. And so we get together, we provide that context, that nuance that allows you to really apply this in the real world. Our hope is with this download, some of you will be able to succeed. You'll be able to figure out how to apply it to your context. Other people will need more, but either way, by working together, Deep Roots and you, we can get more people out there who really love mending legacy code. That's our goal. We want to bring that joy of legacy to everybody. Thank you.